not be appropriate, but I don't share this a lot, but I want to say this because it's important. A lot of the stuff I went through was so difficult because it was so humiliating and so damaging to me. But I only learned later that some of the things that they did to me were for a purpose. Why would people, even in the magical world, why would they take an 8-year-old child? Well, I found out from somebody who is in a great position to know what these groups do. That's actually what they call a magic mirror. They take a child, a male child specifically, so that they can call on demonic things to control that child, and it makes that child a tool of divination. After they did what they did to me, a couple of times, I was wide open to divination. So from there, I started to get books by Edgar Cayce, Gene Dixon. I got everything I could on astrology, on strange behavior, supernatural occurrences, and that was just I studied and practiced. I would practice moving things with my mind. And here's the thing about the occult: it promises so much, but really, when you spend a month trying to learn to move a pencil across the table and it moves like an eighth of an inch, that's not very successful. But that's about as far as you get. And you know what? It's not you that's moving it anyway. It's whatever this demonic stuff is behind it. So I just could not get enough of it. And then I started doing all of that. And then when we lost our house in the fire when I was 13, that further fragmented everything. So by the 14, what time I was 14, I was locking myself in my room practicing the occult. I'd go to school. I'd bring booze with me to school. I'd get drunk before I ever got to school. I'd come home. I'd lock myself in my room, do the occult. I had followers that they would go and do seances with me and all of that. And at one point, I made a promise to myself, I'm never going to do anything bad to anybody. And one night, I actually ended up cursing somebody with my lips. And that night, they were killed. They were shot to death. And it was a pivotal moment for me to realize I was gone.
And this stuff is what occults will do to you. It's very real, very ongoing.
I couldn't come back from that. And around that same period of time, while I was processing that, I was picked up by a hitchhiker, taken up to Box Canyon. As a 14-year-old boy, that was the end of my life. And that's the sum total of my occult workings at that point. But I was driven by it. It's all I wanted to do. In a way, at that point, it was all I had. At that point. And it was my complete identity, which I believe they wanted it to be that. So at some point, they could come back and use me for whatever their purposes were going to be. Regard black magic as being definitely
This stuff is definitely going on. Yep. It's happening. It's happening. Check this out, though. It gets even crazier and more deep.